Yo, 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 it's your boy Casual Real with the Silent A podcast. And man, we're back with another one. And a quick one at that. Hit that like, comment below, subscribe if you got the time. We appreciate that love. And for this, let's get straight into it because we got the likes of Joseph Parker finally taking on Fabio Wardley October 25th, 2025. Who do we have winning this scrap? Yeah, I got Joseph Parker winning this one. Why? Pedigree, experience, and patience. And when do we have him win this fight? Or better yet, how do I have him win in this fight? TKO stoppage, round 7 through 9. Let's get into it. 262 pounds, the likes of Joseph Parker stepping in October 25th, 2025. Fabio Wardley, 242 pounds, solid guys, heavyweight division, knockout guys, TKO stoppage kind of guys. This fight, to me, will be a fight of management. And that's why I got it for the likes of Parker. I think Parker's going to have the boxing pedigree behind him. He's got the experience behind him. He's been through tough times, and so has Fabio Wardley. But the type of tough times and the type of fighters Joseph Parker has been in with, to me, will give him the edge in this fight. And then more importantly, the likes of Andy Lee in that corner, building this new fighter in Joseph Parker, that resurgence of Joseph Parker, giving him the right tools to pull from throughout the fight. I believe he'll just be able to readjust throughout this fight better and quicker than the likes of Fabio Wardley. No disrespect. I think Parker's going to manage behind the jab effectively and, more importantly, deliver that overhand right to really off balance the likes of Fabio Wardley. Fabio will, get weary between the middle of this fight. That's why I go around 7 through 9. After rounds 4 through 5, Fabio's stamina really drops and deteriorates, but he's never out of this fight. And that's why it's also dangerous for the likes of Joseph Parker. As he starts to deter, gets tired, gets weary, gets fatigued, I think it's going to open up even more shots for the likes of Joseph Parker to really start picking apart the likes of Fabio Wardley later in this fight. Again, rounds 7 through 9, TKO stoppage. The experience from Parker, he sees all kind of styles. He's seen power before, more importantly. He has a good chin up on him. He does not know how to quit. He is the heart of a warrior. It's going to be a man you have to nail down to the canvas and also try to outbox in order to beat. I don't think Fabio Wardley has the boxing skills to manage and outbox Joseph Parker, especially early throughout this fight. And then more importantly, Parker knows how to deal with power. Even though Fabio, never out of a fight. He can turn that power around almost like Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. At any given time in that fight, he can put your lights out. He can turn it around for himself. 18 knockouts out of 19 victories, 1 draw on his record, no defeats. Fabio Wardley stands a damn good chance in this fight, and it's dangerous for the likes of Joseph Parker, but I still see Parker arriving to the situation because this is his last chance. Why do we say that? This is it. He should have had the fight with Usyk already. He should have had it signed, sealed, delivered, but it is what it is. Parker's traveling over to UK and, unfamiliar territory, even though he's fought over there plenty of times. He's still not the hometown favorite. He's going over there to show up, show out. He needs to put on a show. He can't afford to lose this fight and get reset. He's got to get that Usyk fight 2026, and I think that's driven in the back of his mind. And I think he's going to not only come out to win this fight, but he's going to come to win it in fashion to show the world he deserved to be number 1 in the heavyweight division this whole time. He deserved the scrap with the undisputed king and likes of Usyk. This is his last chance, his last shot. Now, this pressure behind him, it could throw off the likes of Parker. Who knows? But seeing the man that we've seen throughout his career, his ups and his downs, I don't think that kind of pressure would deter him. In fact, I think he invites it. I think he likes just to get in there and get a good scrap. One thing I am worried about, we talked about that good scrap, him wanting to get these fights and wanting to prove himself. I am a little bit worried about the ring rust of Parker. Don't get me wrong. He's a professional. He always stays in shape, training. He's kept that 260 pounds just when he fought the likes of Martin Bacoli earlier this year. He's kept it on him, and he's been able to manage it. So I think his stamina will be good. I'm not worried about his physique and his athleticism, but some of the mechanics might be off when you actually get into that fight and get punched with no headgear. Again, that's the only concern I would have is a little bit of ring rust, and Fabio may be able to, deliver a good power shot if Joseph's not all the way dialed in, especially in the middle of the fight. Fabio, this is his shot as well, right? Nothing to lose, everything to gain. Still a young fighter, in my opinion. Only 20 fights total. never out of the fight, can deliver a shot at any moment to turn this fight around. I think he stands a good chance to win this fight. He should not be a heavy underdog, even though he is the underdog in this fight. Parker cannot sleep on this man. Like I said earlier about the likes of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. These kind of fighters that got pop, got power, they might not be the best boxer, right? But at any point, if you slip for them just a split second, they can turn the fight around with a single punch and turn your lights out. That is what Joseph Parker can afford, but that is what Fabio Wardley should probably look for in this fight. Box smart, don't go sloppy. I'm not saying that. Box smart, deliver the punches that you can, but don't get caught up in a boxing match with Joseph Parker, because that's going to be what he wants to do. But make it dirty, make it nasty. Try to turn it around, but don't do what Deontay Wilder did with Parker. You actually got to let your hands go. You actually got to throw some punches. You actually got to do some punching. If Fabio Wardley sticks to that game plan of manage his output, manage his stamina, and do some punching, especially try to, punch a little bit on the elbows, the arms, the shoulders, the hips to try to slow down the likes of Joseph Parker throughout this fight, he stands a good chance to maybe get that good shot, get that good placement of a power shot to turn this fight around and maybe knock down the likes of Joseph Parker with an off-balance shot, or maybe get him wobbled a little bit to maybe get yourself the TKO stoppage. I said it earlier. This fight won't go all the way. These are heavyweights. These are big boys, 262 pounds, 242 pound type guys that are really going to deliver punches that are going to come with bad intentions. Either way, in first thoughts and first reality, and it's the first thinking about this fight, I got to give it to the fighting man. I got to give it to the man with the experience. I got to give it to the man with the chin. I got to give it to the man with the better boxing IQ, the better footwork. Everything in me says this should be Joseph Parker's night. What I'm more worried about is, can he make it look good and make it look convincing and instill the hearts of the fans this night, October 25th, to really get behind him, to force the business of boxing to give him that Usyk fight 2026. The skill set that is there. The coaching corner is definitely there. The chin is there. It's all in the favor of Joseph Parker. This is his fight. This is his fight to lose, in my opinion, but it's also the fight for Fabio Wardley to steal, because anybody knows in the heavyweight division, it only takes one shot, one pop, one piece of power, and power is king in the heavyweight division. But even with that, I still got Parker round 7 through 9. Anyway, that's our opinion on this. Hit that like, comment below, subscribe if you got the time. It's free. We appreciate that love, appreciate that support. We back to it. It's your boy Cash Rubber Son 80 Podcast. Till the next time. Peace.